Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to be able to share this wonderful evening with you, at least virtually. It is hard to overestimate the importance of your work. The 20th century was a time of unspeakable horrors. The cost to human life and dignity brought by Nazism and communism is difficult to understand. Nazi crimes and their perpetrators were declared evil after the Second World War. But no such legal or moral reckoning followed the fall of communism in Europe. Handshakes and roundtable agreements may have started peaceful transition to democracy, but they did not produce moral clarity. After the fall of the Third Reich, the Nuremberg trials brought German war criminals to justice. They held them accountable. It made it simpler. No Nazi was to shape the future of Germany, Europe, or the world. That is the power of justice. Justice brings moral clarity. We need the same moral clarity when it comes to communism. Your organization matters. It is in the interest of free people everywhere to know the full story, including the missing half of the 20th century's history of totalitarianism. To all your detractors who so often repeat that real communism has not been tried, yes, it has. In Poland, Soviet Union, Cuba, Cambodia, Ethiopia, and elsewhere. Communism brings terror, cultural destruction, poverty, and suffering. That is what real communism is. And yet so many, especially the young, fall prey to its seductive promise of happiness for all. The Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation ensures that future generations fully appreciate the difference between collectivist oppression and a free society, that they comprehend the unspeakable human cost of totalitarian utopias. The Victims of Communism Memorial Museum in the capital of the free world is a fitting place to tell that story and make the case for freedom. That is why Poland is proud to support the project with a $10 million gift. I wish you every success in your fundraising campaign. The more than 100 million victims of communism worldwide deserve to be honored and commemorated. The Marxist ideology that demanded their sacrifice must be clearly identified as the rationale behind the brutal mass killings. We Poles understand it only too well. We believe their story deserves to be known. I look forward to seeing your foundation use the future museum to tell that missing story. The civilized world has justly focused on the horrors of the Holocaust. But the horrors of communism should not be underestimated. Thanks to this initiative, they no longer will.